What is up, y'all? Tita Boy back with the post-fight analysis. Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. Didn't I tell y'all? Check my first video from my channel. I 100% predicted this outcome. But it was a solid fight, very entertaining, good clash of styles. It was worth every penny. So the ring entrances, Caleb Plant, he looked a little bit tight, but that wasn't the case. He came out firing his jab like I knew he would. He's very active with the jab. Early on, he was pumping that jab, working off combos when he could. His defense was terrific. I mean, he was rolling shots. He was moving laterally. He uses the ring very well. This isn't the first time that he fought at the MGM Grand, but this was a much bigger stage, especially against Canelo. I don't think he experienced this atmosphere before, especially with the pro-Mexican crowd. Man, they were deep and they came to support Canelo, so it was definitely a hostile environment for him. But all that didn't matter. He came to fight and he was ready, and it showed in the beginning. He was firing his jab, he was working his combinations, he was moving well laterally. He was hitting Canelo with that pivot, giving him different angles, different looks. And his defense early on was solid. He was rolling shots. When he was against the ropes, he was comfortable. Or if Canelo got inside or they got tangled up, he tied him up really well. Keep in mind, Canelo is a slow starter. And that's exactly what happened. He got off to a slow start. He was hunting Caleb down, being really conservative, just throwing counter shots where he could, catching shots, slipping. And since coming up to the super middleweight division, he has that counter punching style. He comes up with a high guard, gives you a target to hit, and then just slips and just delivers really brutal body shots. And that's what he did early on in the fight. He took his time, just ripped where he could. Canelo really doesn't jab. I think his jab is a lead left hook. So once those left hooks to the body started landing, man, woof. He started faking to the body and then just flipping up top, as well as the lead right hand, and he wasn't missing. And in those middle rounds, Canelo started putting the pressure and stalking Caleb, hitting him with body shots and right and left hooks to the body. But Caleb showed some resilience. Even though his pace slowed, he was still game, man. He was firing his jab, moving around nicely, throwing those combos when he needed to. But again, just to point back to my analysis, Caleb just doesn't have the power to get Canelo's attention. Canelo could have taken the fight anywhere, and in fact, he did in the 6th. I think he just sat on the ropes and tried to set a trap for Caleb. Caleb didn't bite at all. He just sat there. He just fired some shots, but wasn't gonna commit on the ropes. And for me, that was a turning point. And that's when Canelo said, well, this guy isn't gonna commit to a fight. I'm just gonna continue to walk him down. He can't hurt me. He doesn't want to fight, so. But I would have loved to see Caleb take some risks and then just throw more power shots. But that's not his game. He just doesn't have thudding power. He's a pure boxer, and that was just key to the fight. And even in the corner, you could hear him tell his coach, Justin Gamber, that he was winning rounds. But again, that was the problem. He wasn't going to win a decision. He wasn't going to win a split decision. He wasn't going to win a majority decision. And he definitely wasn't going to win a unanimous decision. So I felt like he should have just put it all on the line. I mean, Canelo runs Las Vegas, man. I mean, against Floyd, he even had one judge give him a draw. And then you have Lara in the first Triple G fight, and then late in the fight in the 11th round, when Canelo realized that Caleb could not hurt him and he was slowing down, he literally turned the switch off on Caleb Plant and knocked him out. A massive left hook followed by a titanic right uppercut just floored Caleb almost through the ropes. Canelo does not jab, and all his power shots are at the same level. They're all extreme, they're all vicious. And those uppercuts, I mean, he broke Billy Joe's orbital with that uppercut. It looks something out of the WCW or the WWE with Ric Flair when he's chicken dancing right into the turnbuckle and then does a back flop on his back. And then after Caleb recovered, he stumbled right into Canelo's onslaught, and that was it. The unify! For Caleb Plant fans, I wouldn't worry. He's a tremendous boxer, and the super middleweight division is packed. There are a lot of fights for him. I would like to see him in that rivalry fight against David Benavidez or any of those top guys. There are so many fighters in that division. For Canelo, there really isn't much to prove. There are a lot of contenders at middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight if he wants to take that risk again. There is that trilogy with Triple G, but where is Triple G? But sky's the limit for Canelo, and he is the pound for pound boxing's best. But whatever he does, I will be there to report and analyze his mastercraft. And that is my post-fight analysis for the Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant fight at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Hope to see you next time. Like and subscribe. Signing off.